So as we start working towards our hands-on exercise or exercises, basically we're going to be using Nessie, Apache Iceberg, but another tool we're going to be using is Dremio, and this is just one tool in the wide world of Apache Iceberg tooling and tools and query engines. And generally, all these tools can serve up to three different sort of roles in your Apache Iceberg world. They can be tools for writing. Okay, so generally these are going to be ingestion tools or any tool that can write to an Iceberg table. So they allow you to add data to an Iceberg table, whether it's batch data where you're taking big chunks of data and adding it on set intervals, or streaming data where you have sort of this continuous spout of data going into your Iceberg tables. You can read those tables, so you can run SQL queries against those Apache Iceberg tables. And then there's maintenance operations where you run compaction. Compaction means taking lots of small files and turning them into fewer big files. Because again, the less files an engine has to open, the faster the query can be. So every once in a while, especially if you're streaming, you're going to want to run this compaction operation. So things like tools like Apache Spark or Dremio, they're going to have maintenance operations that you can run to make it much easier to do that. And then also things like snapshot expiration. So that way you don't have every historical version of the table, because over time that can end up being a lot of storage if you don't need it. So being able to run these sort of data cleanup operations, you'll have tools that can do that as well. And Apache Iceberg is very unique. We have a wide variety of tools that can do all three. Okay, while other formats like the hoodies and the Data.Lakes have lots of tools that could read and write, they oftentimes usually only have one or two tools that can provide you sort of maintenance support, oftentimes resulting in sort of, hey, I'm kind of stuck with that vendor. While Dremio can do it, while Apache Spark can do it, there are other vendors such as Upsolver, AWS, Snowflake, and others who will offer some sort of table maintenance type operations. So there's a lot of good stuff there. Now, what is Dremio though? Beyond just a tool that you can use with Iceberg, Dremio is a full-on data lakehouse platform, and again, that's what this course has been about: lakehouse engineering. And Dremio provides you everything you need for a data lakehouse: the ability to connect to the data lake, so you can connect to, your object storage, whether that is with AWS S3 or Azure or wherever. You can connect to on-prem data lakes like with Hadoop or using things like Minio and Vast. So you can connect to your data lake wherever it is, but you can also connect to other data sources such as databases and data warehouses. So that way you have one place where you kind of see all your data, aka unified analytics. And you have an SQL query engine that can run queries against all those data sets and federate queries against those data sets. So you could join a data set you have on your data lake, an Apache Iceberg table on your data lake, and join it with data you have in a Postgres database. But for those Iceberg tables that you have in your catalog, Dremio has lakehouse management features. Basically, it has a integrated catalog that is powered by Nessie, which enables those Git for data operations, but also has data optimization procedures. So you can run like the optimize command to do compaction on your Iceberg tables, the vacuum command to do exploration of snapshots on your command, and in certain situations, you're actually able to automate that. And again, any SQL that you want to send to Dremio can be entered through a very intuitive UI, but also Dremio has ODBC, JDBC, a REST API, Aeroflight, all these different interfaces in which you can automate sending SQL to Dremio to automate all these sort of lakehouse tasks. So that way you can basically use Dremio to be sort of your portal, your unified access layer for things like data science, dashboards, and applications. So we're going to get hands-on with Dremio. We're going to actually see how to spin up Dremio for free right there on your laptop, so you can kind of get hands-on with it and see how powerful a lakehouse architecture can be when we combine all these tools that we've talked about. So I'll see you there as we get hands-on with the lakehouse.